Hey, what's up, guys? My name's Heiko, and I have a really bad temper. I've recently been seeing a rise in players who are currently using a product called the Xim Apex, a USB device that, when used as intended, will translate your controller inputs to keyboard and mouse inputs. Now, when looking at how the product should be used, I wish I knew about it earlier in my console gaming career, as it is a genuinely good product for players who enjoy the accuracy and feel of a keyboard and mouse over a controller, and I couldn't agree more with them. The reason I'm making the video is to half review the product and half bag on the players who are using it to take an advantage of the system to gain a competitive edge. A little bit of background on me to start. I've played a lot of games, and I've watched the industry grow into the work of art it is today. The first game I ever played was Pokemon Crystal, and it was honestly my favorite. Sometimes I wonder if my mother regrets buying it for me, as it has turned me into the den-dwelling troglodyte I am today. I've played RPGs, MOBAs, beat 'em ups, platform fighters, FPS, open worlds, puzzle games, racing, RTS, turn-based strategy, and more. I'm not a connoisseur, but I definitely enjoy my games, and I'll put my hours into mastering that game, especially if I love it. Currently, I play Fortnite, and arguably I probably play too much of it. My duo partner and I qualified for the online finals and took 1200 on the West Coast. Not good, not bad. I play Kovacs consistently to practice my aim and isolate problems I have in scenarios that I struggle with, such as close quarter combat and click timing aim. Now, the allegations of cheaters in the World Cup for the past few weeks have been enlightening to players who are working hard to achieve their goal. Dubs FN's rise to the top after being accused of cheating, proven false information, and now signed to FaZe Clan. Ziff getting a 14-day ban, unfortunately that's all, for teaming with other players to farm points. And recently, just a player who exploited the leaderboard to grab a spot with 9 games played, 8 wins, and less than 1 game a kill per average. Or 1 game a kill. Scratch that, reverse it. You know what I'm talking about. Cheaters are finding new ways to jam their wieners into the top 100 on Fortnite for clout, money, and whatever else reason, with no remorse. All while the actual competitors, who are grinding, are becoming more and more frustrated dealing with these cheaters, along with the roadmap team already tinkering with the ever-changing meta at Epic Games. The Xim Apex, as I said before, is intended to translate inputs from your controller to keyboard and mouse. Now, while this gives console players a lot more freedom to play games that don't support keyboard and mouse inputs, there are players out there who are using this technology to abuse the already broken aim assist mechanic in Fortnite. Instead of translating controller to keyboard and mouse, they are reversing it to spoof or fake a controller while using keyboard and mouse on their PC instead of using native. Now, being the curious fuck that I am, I went and bought the product for $100 and next day shipping. Set up the product for its cheaty little purposes and went down to try out aim assist with my keyboard and mouse. A major flaw I immediately noticed in the product was not being able to double bind keys. If I wanted to build, I can only use my left and right mouse buttons, as there's no way to bind separate build pieces. Now, while the aim assist worked, it was not intuitive for translating actual sensitivities, and players that have the same sensitivity for every game and have it ingrained in their muscle memory, it doesn't make it any easier on your transition. Another flaw I noticed while having most players on keyboard and mouse have their mouse acceleration off. The controller will always have some form of acceleration built into it. Tracking is absurdly good from mid to long range engagements, and SMG tracking close range is especially broken. But the problem I saw was acquiring the target. Accelerating the aim to compensate for flicking with your thumbs sounds good, but on a mouse where you can actually click a pixel will work if you just stay on native inputs. To translate this in theory is good, but the execution is poor. All in all, abusing this, albeit poorly executed method of aiming in good scenarios where you would be transitioning from controller to keyboard and mouse for the first time is great. But now using it to reap the benefits of aim assist along with the keyboard and mouse is just a piss poor excuse for not being able to aim and just screams, I still can't get good no matter how much money, time, or effort I put into my craft. So my conclusion is that if you're going to cheat in a game like this, go all out, get an aimbot, hack the leaderboard, or just team with some friends. Thanks for listening to my dumb rant, and I'll talk to you later. Heiko.